Red Hurry 8. It's Mel Giedroyc. And their team captain, Sean Locke. And facing them tonight, right up our street, it's Marsh. C'est la vie. It's Aisling B. And their team captain, John Richardson. Now, welcome your host, Jimmy Carr.
Hello and welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, 40% of British people can't identify bird songs? It's simple. It's usually either I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor or Independent Women by Destiny's Child. 15% of Brits think Downton Abbey is the best TV show ever made, and that is a survey of your nan. And 33% of people don't know how to tie a necktie. It's easy. Just wrap it around your neck twice, tuck it in the hole and pull it tight, unless you're Piers Morgan, in which case follow the same steps, but first attach it to a light fitting. Right, let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 3 most popular talking points. Sean's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about?
I imagine they've been talking about the World Cup.
The World Cup?
Yeah.
The countdown begins. It was 100 days last week to the World Cup.
When is the World Cup? Is it this year?
It's this
It's
year,
this
yeah.
year, isn't it?
It is in this year, yeah.
Where's
Brazil.
it? Where's it on? Brazil?
Yes.
Feels very much like you're learning as you go along here, OK.
Are we in it?
Yeah.
We are.
I don't want to spoil it for you, Mel, but we go out to Cameroon on penalties. I think we'll get through the group stage and then we'll go out to Cameroon.
No, we won't get through the group stage because they've got Uruguay and Italy and Costa Rica.
Now, Uruguay are very strong this year, I hear.
Yes, yeah.
Aren't they? And the Ricans as well.
Yeah.
They're ones to watch out for.
Ah, those bloody Ricans.
Ricans, man.
OK, Johnny, you looking forward to this?
No, I am, but I think we should be a bit more positive and send them off with it. I believe in applying healthy pressure. Convince them that they're meant to win.
But I think the opposite, because they've got a psychologist who worked with the British cycling team.
Yes.
And his ethos is cage your inner chimp. He says there's 2 decision-making processes. There's your logical adult side of you that makes a decision, and then there's the sort of like, you know, child, undeveloped side of you, which is your chimp side. And he said a lot of the bad decisions you make are made by the chimp.
I think Johnny's just had a big breakthrough.
Yeah. Yeah, for years I've just been putting a T-shirt on it and flogging tea bags.
No, but the point is
So they're
that
getting
there's
a
this
psychiatrist.
side of you that is a chimp, that he wants to explain to footballers that you've got to find a way of dealing with that side of yourself before you go onto the pitch, so you make rational decisions. The biggest problem he's got is getting England players to understand a metaphor. I imagine him saying to Rooney, no, for the 3rd time, there isn't a real chimp. There's no... It's an idea of a chimp.
It is mad, though, the idea of like the footballers getting a psychologist in the first place. I've never watched a game of football and thought to myself, do you know what? Those footballers are overthinking this. They're really... There's too much thought gone into what they're doing, I'll be honest.
Now, John, you went to the Denmark friendly last week. How was that?
Yeah, well, you probably saw I got up to some mischief, but he streaked, didn't I? They didn't show it on telly because you couldn't pick it up, but if we really want to win the World Cup, we just need to employ Alan Pardew to knot every other player in the tournament, and that'll be the end of it.
I'm laughing. I don't know who Alan Pardew is. I was literally laughing. Go, yeah, Alan
He plays on the wing for Costa Rica.
He's the guy who headbutted an Irishman, but he said that he was just pushing him away with his head, which, I mean, is fine as an excuse if you're a horse, but... I'll be honest.
Last week it was announced that Gary Lineker and Gary Barlow would be fronting England's official World Cup song. Let's hope it's as good as the 1988 England squad smash hit. Take a look.
hearsay video.
Kim, your moves were better than that, my love, on hearsay.
Not much. Really.
I had a snog to that song. In a disco.
Just a snog to a song called All the Way. He must have been...
I remember college disco.
Why aren't we doing a World Cup song?
What, a 7?
Because we respect music.
You know, if it was me singing, if you don't win, I'm going to come in your house and do things to you. I'm going to take your dog for a walk and it's never coming back. And we might go out, they might score a few goals. If you want your wife's head in a box and come home and find me wearing a clothes, then miss a penalty, I dare you!
OK, let's see if the World Cup is up there.
Whoa.
Yes, the countdown to the World Cup has started. I actually think England have a good chance of winning the World Cup, unless, and this could happen, any of the other teams turn up. John's team, what else the nation been talking about this week?
Russia and the Ukraine, probably.
Yeah.
The news does seem like it's secretly been written by a 14-year-old boy with an overactive imagination. Like, there's a sort of 90s spy film to it, like the Russians are back as a main enemy. You've got an evil warlord going about to start World War III. You've got like Angela Merkel with her cat and her tiny eye just going, but you have our gas. You know, it's all really... I'm just waiting for the news reporter to go, but who can save us? Dun 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 dun. William Hague. Oh, what? Thank you very much.
It doesn't work as a country, though, Ukraine. It's basically 2 bits pushed together there and then a bit put on the end. It's like if you were in your living room and you decided you want to knock through for more space, but you did it sideways into your neighbour's house. And then just thought, it'd be fine, we'll just carry on with it. She's a nun with a fish allergy and I watch a lot of porn and eat a lot of fish, but... I can't see this being a problem, we'll get used to each other. I imagine they're tense. I don't know a lot about the diet over there, but I only imagine they eat cured meat, pickled cauliflower and vodka. I imagine their guts are just ready to explode.
Don't talk to me about exploding guts. I've got a hernia.
Oh, no.
You've got a hernia? Well, how did this happen if that's not a...
You don't ask a lady questions like that.
It literally means that your gut is protruding through the stomach wall.
I've got that.
Have you got that, Kim?
Yeah.
I think I've got one too. It's
Have
just
you?
above my balls, yeah.
Yes.
Like a tiny little...
Does anybody else have a thing where... I have this thing, whenever I see Vladimir Putin, I just think of a Putin.
But Putin's got the classic short man syndrome. He's obviously got that to a degree, because he's about 5'5", he's bald, right, and he spends a lot of time on jet skis, doesn't he? Spends a lot of driving around. He's always got his top off.
Top off on a horse, that's his favourite thing.
Yeah.
Shooting something, catching a salmon.
He's like Simon Cowell with an army, isn't he, really?
You know what? Why don't you lot keep on talking? Because when he invades, I think he's great. You know what? I think all he's done is put troops in there to secure certain people against xenophobic acts, and I think that when he does land on these shores, I'll be the first one waving.
I don't imagine he's a big 8 out of 10 Cats fan, you know, Vladimir Putin. I don't think he's really catching up on panel shows. I like this Johnny Vegas, he's very funny.
Kim, presumably you've been talking about Ukraine non-stop on Corrie.
We have, actually. We're all quite freaked out. No, it's quite scary, though, to be fair.
Is it?
What do we do if we're all called up, though, if there is... What do we do?
What chance have I got of being called up? I'm the safest person in this war. They've got guns, they've been firing warning shots. If I had a gun, I'd be firing warning shots if my kid didn't put his shoes on quick enough for school. Why on the go pow, 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 pow?
Yeah, I think...
Where's the post?
The day you get a gun is the day Paul Gascoigne is going down the chicken shop. He'll be turning up with a couple of cans, trying to calm things down.
I wouldn't be that daft. I'd have built a bunker first, wouldn't I?
It's good to know you've thought it through.
Oh, yeah, I'd have a big bunker of McVitie's.
I can just imagine sending in the Tetley's monkey and go, Johnny, come on, come out.
The Tetley's monkey?
Yeah.
The Turtle's monkey!
Johnny, I'm so sorry. I don't know what was going
come
to my
over
brain.
here, you don't adopt our culture.
Let's have a look and see if Ukraine is up there. Yes, the crisis in Ukraine continues. Despite the tensions, the centre of Kiev has returned to normal. A big pool of delicious garlicky butter. OK, fingers on buzzers. One more thing still to get.
Well, I did hear this week the news that it was the end of Dancing on Ice.
Oh.
Which is different.
Steady on. What a way to hear.
Yeah, it's difficult to know how... If I had to describe how I felt, it would be sort of like hearing that someone at the end of my street who I've never met is moving house.
I think that was a big surprise for most people that Dancing on Ice was ending, was that it was still going. It was also they called this one the All Stars one, which I think they called because, like, when you look up into the night sky and you go, do you know any of their names? You go, no.
Yeah, it was basically Guess Who on Ice.
It's the on ice bit I don't like, because that's just a cop-out, isn't it? It's really just dancing. You put any show on ice and it's better. The Voice on Ice is better than The Voice. Antiques Roadshow on Ice, better than Antiques Roadshow. Splash on Ice, fantastic telly.
Kim, your former bandmate Suzanne Shaw.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And Corrie colleague Hayley
Tamadon.
They were both on the show. Who were you rooting for?
Hayley. Yeah.
So your new friend?
Me and Suzanne haven't been friends for years.
Yeah, fuck her.
Stop it.
Were you disappointed you never got to go on Dancing on Ice?
No, I'd be terrible, though. I mean, I get sick at fairground rides. I'd be throwing up on everyone. Actually, that'd be quite entertaining.
Yeah, it'd be good to watch.
Me spinning around just vomiting
That's like saying,
on
oh, I
everyone.
can't go on I'm a Celebrity because, oh, no, I'd be sick. Well, that's what we want to watch.
Yeah.
Sean, are you annoyed they're cancelling the show before you got a chance?
Well, it's not me. It's the current cast of Hollyoaks I feel sorry for. The way I feel about it is it's the curse of Bleakley, isn't it? Struck again. It's the curse of Christine Bleakley. Daybreak, she's on that. Ice, Dancing on Ice. Frank Lampard, he's not being selected for the England squad. You know that duck tours that set on fire? She was on that. Only in Kiev a couple of weeks ago, wasn't she? On a modelling assignment. This woman's cursed.
Johnny, have you been asked to do Dancing on Ice?
No. No, I haven't. It's the only reality show I've not been asked to do. It shows the strength of your career every year, doesn't it? When they go, come on. Come on, the bank must be nipping at your heels, fatty.
I think if they hadn't said it in that way, you might have done it.
No, they don't, and apparently it's really good for weight loss, you know, all that skating and the sliding.
Well, Ray Quinn actually lost weight. He lost 2 stone to be on the show. So this is what he did to himself. That's before, and that's after.
I'd have to skate for 15 years to get to the point where I'm the before picture.
Apparently there have been 19 serious injuries on the show, including Vanilla Ice, who was knocked unconscious, so bit of good news. Keith Chegwin pulled out of the show after breaking 3 ribs and fracturing his shoulder. So, you know, there are funny moments as well.
Some people go on the show and they even have an accident before they're even on the show, so they're never even seen. I know of somebody.
Who was... Come on, dish dirt.
No, I don't think I should say. It was a pop star who had a song that was #1.
What happened to him?
He put his boots on and fell over.
And what was his name?
Oh, I can't say.
You can say.
Tell us his...
Was it Chesney Hawkes?
Yes. Yes.
Someone just told me in my ear. I had no idea. You were thinking I'm a massive Chesney Hawkes follower. That's the worst piece of gossip I've ever heard. If you told me Chesney Hawkes was dead in a ditch, I'd shrug.
I love Chesney. I love him.
Well, I can tell you the final ever episode of Dancing on Ice is not in our top 3, but after his shock exit from this year's semi-final, Sam Atwater will be going back to doing what he does best, appearing in the sentence, "Who the hell is Sam Atwater?" OK, fingers on buzzers. What do you think?
I think it's the tax on sugar.
Yes.
There's obesity crisis, and they want to put a tax on fizzy drinks particularly, and also raise funds to pay for the NHS treatments, which will inevitably arise from the amount of obesity.
Johnny.
I like my vodka with a mixer. You start taxing the mixer, I drink my vodka without the mixer. I go out and I burn down factories. What's that going to cost the taxpayer?
If sugar, if Coke, right, causes obesity, why aren't flies fat? They love Coke, but they're not fat.
Flies know when to quit because they've got loads of eyes and they can see themselves and they cry and they fly off. If I'm drinking Coke and I don't have a mirror, I'll be there for days.
John, what do you make of this tax?
Well, the figures are depressing, aren't they? 80% of teenagers now are too fat to take a selfie.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a shame. Something's got to be done, hasn't it? It's good news for chat-up lines. It's a new sort of angle, isn't it? Well, I've been checking your fat tax return and you're due a rebate.
Ooh, girl.
Yeah. See? It's working
Really
fine,
well.
isn't it?
Kim, do you have a sweet tooth?
Yes.
Do you eat a lot of chocolate and things?
Well, I don't eat a lot of chocolate, but I would.
So you've been in the kind of public eye since, what, about 13 years? And you've not had any...
Oh, no, I did when I was in Hearsay, because I was also known as the fat one from Hearsay.
Oh!
I was
that's
the
where
fat
I know
one
you
from
from.
Hearsay, where I kicked off... When I kicked off with Nigel Lithgow because he told me I was fat, and then in the background, when I was having a chat with him, there was a box of roses just sat next
You
to
were
me.
going, I am not fat.
I am
don't know
not
what
fat.
you're talking about.
You were never the fat one of Hearsay. That's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, people used to say that.
OK, and now, being healthy doesn't have... They don't have to do this. They don't have to put a tax on sugar. All they need to do to get this country healthy, to avoid the obesity crisis, is to introduce this. It's genius.
Take the work out of your workout. The Hawaii chair.
You know, Tamara, the Hawaii chair wasn't designed just for home. I mean, after all, for some of us, at least 40 hours of our week is spent sitting behind a desk at the office. So to see what office workers think of the Hawaii chair, we sent Aaron Lee to work.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
It's great in my house.
I can really feel this working.
Hawaii chair while answering phones, using the computer, balancing books, or filing paperwork.
If you can sit, you can get fit. The Hawaii chair.
I hope it's absorbent.
If you played that without the visuals, it would sound like a porn film. It would just like, oh my god, that works. Yeah, it works real good. It feels awesome. Oh my god, yeah, you like that? You like that real bad? Yeah, I really like that. This is awesome, and I just sit on it. You just sit on it. You just sit on it and twirl around.
Oh, it looks like you're masturbating over your colleagues.
Yes, yeah.
Why do you think I went into stand-up? I would never have survived an office environment.
Neither would the photocopier.
Well, I can tell you the proposed sugar tax is not in our top 3, but they want to tax fizzy drinks because they're linked to obesity. Although, saying that, another study claims that fizzy drinks are good for you, and that was carried out by the eminent scientist, Dr. Pepper. OK, fingers on buzzers, one more thing to get.
Oh, it's the fantastically exciting, brilliantly thrilling Oscar Pistorius trial. 3 started.
Do you know a 24-hour cable channel has been set up in South Africa to cover it? What are they doing between midnight and 4 in the morning?
I don't know. Well, not going for a piss. It's a really ugly side of our nature is being displayed here. Because, like, Radio 5 Live, which sees itself as a fairly respectable news channel, is so excited about this, and we will have regular updates on the Oscar Pistorius trial in the morning and in the afternoon, like it's the World Cup.
Like it's entertainment.
Like something we should look forward to, yeah.
What's going to happen to courtroom artists if we film courtrooms? They're going to be out of work, aren't they? Yeah, it seems a shame for them. They've mastered their craft, haven't they?
Yeah, they're
And
lovely.
then they've just
I
gone,
love them.
not needed anymore. You might as well wait outside a tourist attraction and do caricatures.
Now, with the trial's being overseen by one judge, what do you make of that, Sean?
Can you imagine listening to all that evidence and the last day going, ooh, he might have done it. Well, he might not. Oh, I don't know. I mean, one judge seems strange. I mean, even on Strictly, there's 4 judges on Strictly to tell whether Russell Grant can do the can-can. You know, they say, oh, that was terrible. They can't even decide on how good Russell Grant is.
Well, maybe that's what his appeal will be based on. Well, Bruno Tonioli wasn't even there, so...
Oscar, I love the way you shot all around the door. It was beautiful. Some people, they only get a 1 shot, but you always take 4 with such
But his defence team have said that it wasn't her screams, haven't they? It
Yes.
wasn't...
They've said that he screams like a girl.
He screams like a girl. But they're going to have to do something in court to make him scream like a girl. Is somebody going to have to jump out and go, boo? So that he goes, ah! Or however it was he screamed.
Well,
So
the risk is the
ice
person that jumps out and goes, boo, gets shot 4 times. They're working there.
I was wondering, do you think he loses his legs the way I lose my glasses? Sometimes I'll be going out and going, where's my bloody glasses? And they go, you got them on, Sean. I go, oh, God. Do you ever think he's walking around his house going, have you seen my bloody legs? I can't find...
They're on your head.
Got them on, Oscar. Oh, for Christ, yes, I have. What am I like?
Does anybody ever do what they do with glasses and just take them off them and go, here's a go?
Let's have a look and see if Oscar Pistorius is up there. Yes, the trial of Oscar Pistorius continues. This is all just part of Oscar Pistorius' plan to become president of South Africa. He just needs to do 25 years in prison first. Of course, Oscar Pistorius shot his girlfriend last Valentine's Day, so if my girlfriend's watching, suddenly a box of chocolates and flowers from the garage don't look so bad, do they? So those were the most talked about things over the last week. But in other news, it's been announced Nick Clegg and Nigel Farage will take part in a televised debate. Now we can finally get the answer to the question British voters really want answered. Who would win in a fight between a prick and an arsehole? Legoland was closed at the weekend due to a terror threat. What's the big deal? They could just put it back together. And a man in Lincolnshire has been found guilty of having sex with a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Someone must have squealed. My money is on the dog. At the end of that round, Sean, Johnny and Mel have 2 points. John, Kim and Aisling have 1 point. Our next round is Pick of the Polls. Sean, Johnny, Mel, pick a question. What do you like the look of?
Cheryl Cole, please.
Yeah.
OK, Cheryl Cole. OK, last week, Cheryl Cole said that when she dies, she'd like to come back as a man, preferably Harry Styles. So we asked our studio audience, would they like to be reincarnated, yes or no?
I'd like to come back as a bloke.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't bear to have danglies. Have you ever been told by somebody, you know, a psychic, that you've lived before?
Oh, yeah.
I did that show that Phil Schofield did years ago. Have I been here before?
You call him Phil?
Have you...
Are you close?
Have you been here before? So what did they find out on the show? What did you...
I was a maid in one of the lives.
Sure, they're always maids, yeah.
And I was a whore who was hung.
You were a whore who was hung? Or like a transsexual? John, what would you come back as?
I wouldn't want to be another person, because I'd be worried about failing my driving test.
How many times did you fail it in this life?
I didn't, but I got really lucky. And I just think you don't get that sort of luck twice. That 3-point turn was a disgrace. I'm riding that luck out. But I Googled who died on the day I was born.
Wow, what a tragic birthday you had. I mean, I've had some birthdays that didn't work out, but I never went, I wonder who died on this day.
There was an American guy who was a librarian who came to England to give a speech and had a heart attack. So I think I'm a dead American librarian.
I'm coming back as a cornetto. But the flavour that your kid doesn't want, so you've took the lid off and you just leave it in a bin. 40 minutes to melt because it's not even proper summer yet.
Who would you like to come back as, Mel? And don't say Johnny Vegas, because it's a bad idea.
I'd like to come back as somebody really rock and roll. Somebody who really says dangerous things. I want danger. I want drain pipes, drain pipe jeans, and mean things.
You can do all that. You can go to the shopping. All you need to do is go shopping.
Have a crack at it now. Say something mean and...
Something really mean,
Yeah.
like, whoa, yeah, bitches. And bastards.
Whoa, steady on.
Yeah?
Steady on now.
That's what I want to be, though.
He's sexually aggressive towards Jimmy.
Oh, no, I can't... Oh, hello.
So that was your sexual aggressiveness. Oh, hello.
You look mighty fine tonight, Jimmy.
I've never been so aroused. That's a very good... I mean, it's a very good German accent. I can only do a German accent if I sound like a predatory homosexual.
Go on.
Yeah, it's good, yeah.
Oh! Nice!
OK, let's get some answers on this. So, our studio audience, we asked them, would you like to be reincarnated, yes or no? What do you think, Sean?
Yes.
Yeah, OK, what do you think, John?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You go, yes? OK, I can tell you the answer is yes.
Yes.
88% of our studio audience would like to be reincarnated. John, Kim, Ashley, pick a question.
Oh.
Can we get to pub, please?
You've chosen the Rovers Return. Most people think their life would make a good soap opera. True or false? What do you think?
You are the most qualified to answer this question, I imagine.
I would say so. Mine's pretty dramatic.
You also make a great... A lot has happened in your... I mean, because you've had two very distinct careers.
Yeah.
Since joining Coronation Street, your character, Michelle Connor, has worked in an underwear factory. You've also pulled pints at the Rovers. You've discovered your son was swapped at birth.
Yeah.
Bit of bad luck. I lost two brothers in separate car accidents.
Yeah.
Unlucky. And you dated a bisexual man.
Yeah.
You think your life would make a good soap opera?
I reckon I could match it.
What guest ales do you have in the Rovers?
Ones that no one's ever heard of, because we can't advertise any.
But is it real booze in the Rovers, though, or is it just coloured water?
It's shandy, and also they have that non-alcoholic calibre stuff.
That's the worst thing for making you burp when you're trying to deliver lines. It's the gassiest...
It's awful.
As if you've ever had a non-alcoholic drink. As if!
I've been to court.
I was in a soap in Ireland when I started acting, and they'd never give you an end line. So they'd say something like, "Your brother's after sleeping with your mother," and then it would end on you, and they'd never cut. You just have to give a load of reaction like, "Ooh."
I've only ever known you as a stand-up comic, so I didn't realise you were an actress. Yeah, you were in Holby City.
Oh, yeah, I did Holby City. And when
you don't need to explain.
No.
Let's have a look.
Oh, no!
I'm sorry I've gone along with this ridiculous business. I'm sorry I didn't tell you that this was a terrible idea the moment you first told me.
You told me it was a brilliant idea.
I was trying to be nice.
Oh, nice. Well, that's you all over, isn't it? Nice.
Are you even thinking, butchering yourself like this? You look better before.
Well, when I was as flat as a pancake, I looked like a 12-year-old boy.
At least you looked like you. Not like some cheap porn star.
Oh, I'm surprised you even know what a porn star looks like. You're such a sexist amoeba. Thank you.
I thought they'd give me something juicy. And they said, yeah, well, what do you know what you got? You got an exploding boob job.
Your boob job exploded?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say. I thought that tube was to cure your accent.
No.
Also, your character's motivation, they're complaining you don't even watch porn.
Yeah.
I've never had that complaint at home.
I did a Holby.
Did you?
Yes,
What happened to you?
I was... Oh, it was really good fun. I had to play a
Ernie,
bitch. I had to play a bitch.
So do you remember any of the lines? But take us back to that moment. Just scene.
I played it quite slowney. I played a sort of really slowney bitch like that. And my daughter had swallowed some batteries. So I had to take her in Holby City Hospital, and I was really uncaring mum.
I did a Holby as well, yeah.
What did you do?
I played the girlfriend of a guy who'd been shot in the arse with a rifle.
What about you, Sean?
I was in an episode of Crime Watch where I conned old ladies out there.
John, what soap would you like to be in?
Well, it'd have to be Corrie, wouldn't it? I wouldn't have to put on an accent then, would I?
No.
I could act. It's all right, isn't it? You sexless amoeba.
Do an exploding boob job. Go on, then, if you're so good.
Well, they've both gone. Fucking hell.
It's really good.
Mel, do you think your life would make a good soap?
My life is so dull. Literally. It's so unsoap-like. Get up, do the school run, do a few emails, get into the gym jams, go to bed.
You've got to pick those kids up.
Oh, and pick the kids. Sometimes I do it in my gym jams.
So most people think their life would make a good soap opera. True or false? John, what are you going to go with?
True, I think.
True.
You're going to go true? OK, what do you think, Sean?
True.
OK, I can tell you the answer is false.
What?
Only 31% of people think their life would make a good soap opera. Still a third of people, still a lot. Soap operas are such a part of our lives that we've even given them nicknames. Coronation Street is Corrie, EastEnders is Enders, and then there's Hollyoaks, which in my house is called Pants Off, Baby Lotion Fun Time. So at the end of that round, it's 3 points for Sean's team and 2 points for John's team. The winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Most attractive accent.
I'd like to put myself up for this one.
It's a bad noise to start with.
Is it the mosquito accent?
No, I think probably the American accent, I'd say. When I have sex, I always try to do it in an American accent, just to take the edge off this one.
You do an American accent during sex? Could you give us an example of some of the things you say? I can't remember.
Well, you have to... Sexiest American is a sort of, like Mel, but American. I think you actually have a very sexy, low voice. You know, when you're on the bake-off and you're like, bakers, get baking. I'm like, oh, I'll bake you in a minute, Mel.
I'll give you a soggy bottom. You do have a very low... It's like, yeah, I wouldn't be disappointed if I phoned up one of the numbers.
Really?
I would not be disappointed to get Mel Giedroyc at the other end.
I'm really pleased.
No, it's you've got a lovely voice.
What are you doing now? Tending to my hernia.
Oh, it's poking right out. Sean, what do you think is the sexiest accent?
It's not South African athlete.
Come out of that bathroom right now.
I always find if I don't watch them, the meerkats. But just listen.
Well, just close your eyes for a second. Meerkat saying something sexy, please, John.
Hello, I am Alexander. I come to touch your penis.
What about Lady Meerkat? With nice low voice.
Yeah.
I am Svetlana, Sean. Hello.
That's very good.
Let me creep up your trouser.
The accent is not as important as what someone's saying, is it?
Are you only saying that because your voice is...
nauseating, yes. But if, like, the Birmingham accent is renowned as one of the less naturally alluring, but if it's saying, "Are you enjoying that sandwich? Do you mind if I give you a blowjob? I'll give you 100 quid."
Tell you what, I met a taxidermist from Birmingham. He was amazing, and he said, "I've got a stuffed baboon now."
That's sexy as well.
Is it?
Everything you're doing is doing it for me. Right, most attractive accent. Let's try and get this. Go on.
I mean, the answer is obviously the Irish accent, isn't it? It's the only one that
No, it can't be. Surely. Really? Have I an untapped resource in my mouth? Way?
The most attractive accent is the Irish accent.
Oh. No!
Yeah. Well done, John. So the most attractive accent is the Irish accent, which makes me wonder why Louis Walsh hasn't been more successful with the ladies. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are John, Kim and Aisling have 3 points, Sean, Johnny and Mel have 3 points. It's a draw. Everyone's a winner. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night.